Hello guys, it's funny that I see you here. I wanted to have a little bit of a chat. As you can see, we're back in the woodland this week and this is beautiful. We're in, I suppose it's a redwood forest. It's gorgeous. However, there's a lot of different trees here as well. We've got silver birch here, a few oaks down there. What I'm really trying to do this week, two things really. Firstly, autumn's around the corner. 2 or 3 weeks, all of this is going to change colour and I'm elated. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for autumn to come around. It's going to be my first proper autumn here in the UK since I fell in love with landscape photography, so I'm well excited, honestly. I can't wait. Second reason is we're in Shropshire this week and I'm really trying to cement 1 or 2 local woodlands for myself as a landscape photographer that I can keep returning to, I can keep coming back to whenever the conditions are better, and, you know, perhaps nail down 2 or 3 compositions that I can just continually improve on. And I also think there's something really romantic about having, you know, your own woodland as a landscape photographer, somewhere that you can really call your own and just get to know every inch of it. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, this is a place called Nestcliff Hill that I'm really excited to explore. And there's also, I think, a little bit of a vantage point, a viewpoint that looks out west towards the Welsh Hills, and weather's looking decent, so hopefully we'll get a nice sunset for that as well. So yeah, let's go and explore. What a magical place the woodland is. It's amazing. I think if anybody's been watching me since the New Zealand days, you'll know I still struggle with woodland photography. I do think it's very difficult, but I thoroughly enjoy the challenge and I just love being here with or without my camera. It's amazing. And I wanted to give somebody, as I keep exploring, I wanted to give somebody a little bit of a shout out. Is the reason why I'm here. To keep it brief, basically a guy called Mike followed me on Instagram. I decided to have a quick look at his profile and I saw that he was a Salopian. So I sent the guy a message and just said, hello Mike, do you perhaps have any recommendations for woodland areas in the Shropshire area? Didn't really expect much of a reply, and this guy went above and beyond. Absolutely amazing. He sent me loads of woodland locations and even some specific places to go for like sunset and stuff like that. Absolutely incredible. So thank you very much, Mike. Here is his Instagram for anybody that would like to check it out. Go and give the guy a follow. But yeah, a little bit of a moral to that, I think. You know, you can spend ages researching locations, and that's something that I really recommend doing. It's a really fun part of landscape photography, I think, anyway. However, you can't beat local knowledge. You really, really cannot. These are forests and woodlands that I perhaps would never have found if it wasn't for this guy's local knowledge. So thanks again, mate. This is magical. So I'm going to continue exploring. So, photographer to photographer, I don't think that I'm quite there yet with my woodland photography, and I'm not being negative. I'm really just trying to be real with myself and my abilities. When I'm out in the mountains or when I'm out on the coast, I do feel very, very comfortable. Not all the time, but a lot of the time I feel comfortable that I can get home with a half decent image, even if the conditions aren't right. Whereas when I'm in the woodland, I don't feel as comfortable. I feel I need to be here when the conditions are right, when we've got fog or when we're in the sunrise or the sunset or the golden hour. But I'm not going to limit myself to that. I'm not going to limit myself to only coming to the woodland when we have fog, for example, because I think that's ridiculous and very restrictive. And it's all about practice. I've felt these same frustrations when I was out on the coast, when I was out on the mountains, and I've managed to overcome them. So I know that I can do it here. So I'm going to keep working at it. Now, in saying that, I think I might have found what's going to be a gorgeous photograph here. I really do. However, and not to keep being negative, like I said, I'm just trying to be real and honest with myself. There's so many times where I've done this in the woodland and I've framed up a really nice composition, looked on the back of my camera and thought, yes, that's an awesome photograph, that is a beast. And I go home feeling, oh, I can't wait to look at this photograph. And I get it up on my laptop, up on Lightroom, and it's terrible. And I think, what was I thinking? What have I done? So that's another hurdle that I've got to overcome. It's not a big deal. But I'm going to try and stay positive with this image because I think it looks good. Compositionally, gorgeous. You can see we're peering into the forest, and what is really doing it for me here is the two different shades of green. We've got all these ferns on the bottom of the forest floor, and that is contrasting with the shade of green that's on the redwoods right in the background there. It's almost like a complementary contrast, absolutely stunning. And then the subjects, we've got all these beautiful trunks that are coming up throughout the image, absolutely gorgeous. Another thing that I really like here with the trunks is it's given us a lot of depth throughout the image as well. The thing I'm most happy with here, compositionally, is that I think that I've managed to simplify a woodland scene, which is something that I do really struggle with. I think a lot of people find that really difficult because it's just messy. It's so messy, it's very difficult to try and make order in all of this chaos, but I think I might have managed to do that here. But we'll see when I get home. I've got my my 55 to 200 lens on, 105mm, so I'm fairly zoomed in there down that sort of tunnel through the forest. ISO 100, f9, 1 second. Settings aren't a massive deal here. There's not much wind, and it's just about getting the right exposure. So we'll get that one in the can. It does look absolutely gorgeous on the back of my camera. Let's go and see what this sunset's got to offer.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others.
So we are getting an absolute glorious sunset. I don't know if you can see much of that over my shoulder there. It might be a bit overexposed, but trust me, it's beautiful. We're looking west, obviously where the sun is setting, and we're looking into the Welsh hills. The light on the land is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much to Mike for recommending this amazing location. This is what it's all about. This is why I've fallen in love with landscape photography. Absolutely ridiculously gorgeous. I feel so inspired looking out over this beautiful country right now, or two countries. We're in England, we're looking over the Welsh border there. Oh, absolutely amazing. So I'm going to get myself set up here now before the sun sets. I'm feeling a long lens. Like I said, the light on the land is absolutely stunning, and there's some gorgeous layers. So I'm thinking that's going to work really well, but I can feel myself taking more than one photograph here. Absolutely gorgeous. What a sunset, what a sunset. Feeling very lucky, but I have made the effort to be here, and that's what it's all about. If I was not here, I would not have got this image. Compositionally, before I get into the composition actually, we're looking at the Berwyn range, the Berwyn Mountains, where we spent last week's video. If anyone hasn't seen that, it's up there in the corner. It's quite ironic, but they look just as gorgeous from this location. Now we don't now, but before we had some beautiful golden light just painted all over the landscape, all over the fields down there, which I used as my foreground. I've got my 55 to 200 lens on again, and I was zoomed in at 110mm, so that's a similar focal length to my last image. It's pretty interesting for you guys to see that. The long lens is an absolute beast. I'm so glad that I purchased it. But yeah, I zoomed in tight on the Berwyn range, a little bit of the fields in the foreground. I wanted to try and crop my composition and just photograph what I wanted to photograph. I didn't want to shoot everything wide, even though it did all look gorgeous. Settings don't matter at all. ISO 100, f9, 1/80th of a second, they don't matter. It's all about the fact that we've made the effort to be here and we're looking out west into beautiful Wales. I think I'm really happy with that photograph. Just feeling so inspired and like motivated and everything. Absolutely amazing sunset, and equally amazing location. Well, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Cheers for the support. If you're new, subscribe. As always, see you next week on the next adventure. And from the incredible Shropshire and Nestcliff Hill, out.